Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dangeles, and welcome back to episode number 50 of Constructing Los Angeles Season 2. We finally hit 50 episodes, guys. It feels like it's gone by just like that, but at the same time, it's been a really long time. It's definitely taken us way longer to get to 50 on Season 2 than it did on Season 1. But back on Season 1, we started the Alpine Mansion on episode 50, and I'm going to try to start a new mansion today. I don't know if I'm going to actually get to it. The main reason why I say that is because I really just don't know where I'm going to build it just yet. I've been really having a dilemma trying to decide where I want to put this mansion. I know it's not like crucial for me to find the perfect spot right away because I can always just move it with World Edit. However, I still would like to try to find a solid spot for it regardless of that feature. So let's just talk about the map a little bit. So we have LD, and the surrounding biomes of LD are a little bit of a conundrum right now. So one thing to note, this might be the sweet spot over here to the east of, like the downtown area of the city. This is all like, it's hilly, but it's not super mountainous, I guess. So this could potentially be the spot that I'm going to build. So what I'm going to do today is have some roads run down through here and start to just excavate out this land and explore it a little bit. I know I already explored it, filled out some of the maps, but I'm telling you guys, this could potentially be the spot for the new neighborhood. I might have this whole area here be the equivalent of what we have over here. And what's nice about these maps is I can kind of gauge the size of how much space I'm going to need for my new neighborhood based off the old one. So here's the size of the old one. So if you kind of just take a picture of that in your head and you take a look at this space, we're probably going to need the space from right around where my cursor is now down to probably about this empty item frame to fill in a potential new neighborhood. So that's going to be like one of the big starter points of the this upcoming parts of the season, I guess. I don't know if that made any sense, but I'm going to start building a new neighborhood, and I'm going to start it off with a big mansion, completely opposite of what I did last time where I had the Alpine Mansion last. And speaking of big mansion, I want it to be on the level of the Alpine Mansion. I know the Alpine Mansion is just it's gonna be tough to top it, but I'm gonna try my best here to try to build something on the same level or potentially exceeding that build. A couple other updates. I worked on the hospital, or I worked on the campus for a little bit on my last stream. We fixed up some of the college lawn and moved some things around. It's going to look a lot better down there. Right now, that is really an eyesore on the map just because it's all flat grass and there's no like terrain or land. So we're going to work on that to make that look better at some point. But that's my goal. So I just want everything to look really nice and smooth on this map. And right now, we're just not in that state. I still haven't gotten a chance to get rid of Danville, but I will soon. And this area of the map with this ocean biome is kind of cut off on the edge of this continent here is something I got to work on as well. So we'll get to all those things eventually. We have plenty of time to work on those things. But let's start a new area today. So what I'm going to do is fly over here, and I'm going to start to excavate some roads and expand some roads with some World Edit, and then we'll maybe start to lay the foundation for a mansion. So I said we were going to go east, so let's go east. All right, guys, I got my World Edit set. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start to power through this mountain here and create myself some space for a potential road to continue through here. And it is a little frustrating what I have to work with here with all these, like this spawned in naturally from just converting the world from Xbox to PC. So it is a little frustrating having to deal with this, but it's one of those things where I can definitely, if I work at it, I can definitely smoothen this out and make this area look way better. So it's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be hopefully it'll be a rewarding challenge, something that's worthwhile in the long run. Right now I'm still in 1.10 Minecraft right now, guys. I haven't had a chance to upgrade to 1.12. As a matter of fact, I did upgrade to 1.12. However, World Edit was not working on 1.12 for the server. I don't know if like the World Edit plugins are not fully updated at this point, but I just was unable to do much, so I just converted the world back to 1.10 for now. So hopefully, what I'm hoping is that World Edit will catch up to the new update soon, the plugin, and I can actually continue forward with that because obviously I want to be able to use World Edit, and it's it's obviously one of the key parts of the world. So if I can use it, I'll be very happy. Let me see here. I'm gonna take this as my position 1 actually. And what I'm doing right now is just copying this road. I'm just going to start to get it to the other side here just to start to open up some of this space. I got a question of the day to get to as well, which I will get to. We're going to place this right here, do a quick little paste. There we go, have that run down. Now what the cool thing is, once I place the road, I can actually use this brush tool to clear out all the extra space on top of the road. So if you're unaware of how World Edit works, you know, for the most part, this is cool because you can basically take, you know, like a pickaxe and just kind of create the blocks that you want to break. It'll only break the blocks that you want to be broken. It's cool. It's definitely a better way to do it than just kind of, you know, blocking it out, I guess. All right, so we're gonna do a stack 10 here. Have that run down, and then we'll continue to kind of etch off this mountain, and I'll come back in later and really kind of just refine this whole space. But I mean, it's pretty incredible, guys, that we can do this much in just a few minutes. You know how long something like this would take on Xbox? I know I say that a lot, but this is definitely a real big indicator of that. I mean, just what I did right there is probably a 2-hour project on Xbox without World Edit. So it's something that I've already taken for granted 100%. So, and I guess that's fine. It is available to me. I guess I can take it for granted. So again, we got to make sure that all this area is kind of flat. And what the nice thing about this brush is at least it makes it kind of shaped off. I know it's not like completely blocky like you see over here. I mean, it still doesn't look good, but it'll make it a little bit easier for me to come back in and tweak it and fill it in. So that's nice. And I would like to keep some of these mountain ranges intact over here. Probably won't happen just because they're just such a bad spot. But I'm definitely going to be flattening out this space over here and continuing to build skyscrapers on the other side of the road. Because what I plan on doing is actually moving the skyscrapers. This is going to be a challenge moving this build, but I'm going to be getting rid of these canals that are running through the middle of the city. And I'll actually show you guys right now. I'm just going to get rid of them because they just don't work. I don't like them. I don't want them. I want to forget about them. So we're going to get rid of that. And I can also make a brush that will get rid of all these trees as well. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but I just wanted to quickly say that I am going to be scrapping these canals that run through the city. I don't want them here, so let's just get rid of them. I'm actually going to do a 1/14 so we can get some andesite and stone in here. That's the wrong block. Let's go ahead and do 1/ is it 1? Let's just confirm this because I don't want to mess this up again. Where's the block that I want? Here we go. This is 1/5. Okay, I was off by 1. There we go. Okay, so it's not a huge difference, but it's just like a subtle thing. So I'll get rid of the railing later, and again, rinse and repeat. I'll be doing it down this canal as well. And what I'm going to be doing is hopefully I'm going to smooth out the ocean floor here, since right now it's just completely flat. So I can actually use this tool that I was using to break those mountains to make the ocean floor look a little bit better. And I'm going to continue the beach around this way up against this wall. And, you know, I'm going to add a few more buildings and stuff like that. And hopefully just everything is just going to be a more of a smooth transition. So besides the mansion that I'm starting today, the next, like, several episodes here, probably 20-ish episodes, are going to be focused on smoothing out the edges of LD instead of, like, starting building new projects. So I'm going to put the stuff like the military base on hold for now. Stuff like the oil rig. The oil rig's pretty much done. I've been working on it a little bit off camera. I'll update you guys in the future on that. But, yeah, I'm going to be putting some of that stuff on hold for now to really focus on making sure the transition from old LD to new LD is a really solid one that makes a lot of sense. The roads make sense. Then the builds make sense. It's important because that could really make or break the future of this city. And I want to make sure that I get it right. So anyway, let's continue to open some of this up a little bit. And we're going to start getting out to this field over here, which is where I want to be building this mansion. So we have a mountain range on the side right here, and there's also like this little gap that runs through there, which is very interesting when I saw that. So I think I might actually have a road run through there just because it's like so obvious that I should do that. But yeah, I'm going to be building the houses over here in this space. It's a relatively flat space. I'm just going to start to clear out some of these trees, and I'll probably smoothen out some of these hills a little bit just so it's a little bit easier to build. But I would like to keep this water intact, and I'd like this to be the space where I build the next mansion. So let's go ahead and continue this road down to the point where we can kind of branch off to another space and hopefully start like a little gated community. I'm actually going to take a little bit of inspiration from the real life Alpine mansion for this build as well. And we kind of saw in that Google Earth video I did the other day how like the gated community works when it was coming off of a main road, and it looked really nice. So I'm going to be doing something like that. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to go ahead and get this block right here and this block, and we're going to do a quick little stack 10. Give ourselves a solid extra blocks to work with here in our 2,000 blocks, and then we'll start to break all the blocks on top of this. This is a great method. This is how I should have been doing it since the beginning. I've definitely gotten better at World Edit. Also, there's all these trees here. I actually don't have them set to be destroyed right now. However, it would be really easy for me to get rid of them with the exact same command. So again, I'm going to break all of this right now and continue these roads. And what you will see a lot with highways is they actually just run right through terrain. So this is nothing uncommon here. I know it looks really bad right now, and I've said it 100 times. It's going to look bad before it looks good. A lot of things do, though. A lot of things do. Very rarely do you start a build and be like, oh my god, this is a masterpiece from day one. Okay, so this road's continuing down. And once you start to run some of these roads through this terrain while keeping the terrain intact, it's going to look nice. So I can have, as far as these little rivers here, I'll probably modify these so that it runs up against the road instead of like leaking under it. And then this right here, we can add a small bridge that continues this. I want to make sure that all these little water pathways are still intact. That's definitely important to me. So anyway, let's continue this. I'm going to go ahead and grab this block right here and the edge and continue this down. So we're going to go with a stack 10. And again, we'll continue that. So all the trees and stuff, again, I can come back in later and get rid of those. Right now we're focusing on the main land. So let's just make sure that these... actually, we're probably going to have to mask all these trees. They're very much in the way. Let's see how far this goes down. So right about here. Okay, so I can build an offshoot of this road this way. We can turn the swamp into another biome. I'm not worried about that. But I would like to start building the mansion over here. I think this is where I want to do it. So I'm probably going to have a road come off like right around here. And this is going to be a gated community in this space over here. And honestly, I might even keep some of these hills. We can call this area like, I don't know, Far Hills or Rich Hills or something like that. And I think that way, isn't Rich Hill like a freaking pitcher or something for the major leagues? Yeah, I think he is. So maybe not that, but we'll think of something. Okay, so let's go ahead and decide exactly where we want this road to run off. I want to try to get it in the flattest space I can. So maybe like right down through the middle here. Again, this is like an impossibly difficult task to make this decision now because you never know how it's going to end up looking. I just want to try to keep it as far away from the parking garage as possible, which I believe is like right over here somewhere. In fact, we have a ton of space, so I'm not super worried about it. I'm just going to try to load up as much space as I can here to make... Hopefully it'll help make the decision a little bit easier. How about we actually run this road here? And then we can build the mansion potentially. I would like it to be like a relatively flat space though for this mansion and a large space. So something like this could potentially be a problem. This pond here, definitely want to keep that. I would love to keep this hill, but I just don't know if we're gonna have a space for it. Like it seems like there's just not quite enough flat space here. It's like it's about as good as I'm gonna find though, to be honest. All the rest of the biomes around the world are either ocean or mountain, so we're gonna have to work with this. Okay, let's do a road running across here through this space. Try to make sure we avoid these waters, and it will continue down right through here. Okay, this is a solid spot. So let's run a road down through here, and we'll get that going. I'll run a couple roads down there, and I'll make sure that I remove the trees from the top of the road as well. Okay guys, I took a minute to continue the roads. I cleared all the trees and the leaves off of the roads here. So this is starting to come together. I think I am going to have a road that runs through there. I'm going to kind of extend it upward. But right now we just have a straight flat road running all the way down. And then this right here is the turn. So this right here I believe is where I'm going to... This is going to be kind of like a county road. That right there is like a main city road. That's connected down to LD. So this will be like a main county road. And then there will be branching off from this road that's going to lead to the gated community houses. So my goal now is to kind of fly around here and choose the best spot for this potential mansion. So right here, I have to keep in mind that this is one of the major highways of LD that's going to run through as well. So what I'm going to do, there's going to be an intersection here right across this, this little plane here. So this will continue through, no worries at all. I'll probably end up stopping this road or maybe merging it down to a main road past this intersection potentially, because I would like to have some of this space over here be used for mansions, because this right here is some nice flat space. Well, relatively flat space, keep in mind. We're not using a super flat here, but we got to work with what we got. So this is a good spot. So I got to make sure that I avoid that potential city road that's going to be running through here, because we don't want the gated community intersection to come off of that. So let's try to go a little bit further past that if we can. So anything north of this is solid ground that we can start on. So let's see if we can pick a spot. I'm thinking, honestly, it kind of reminds me of the Alpine Mansion a little bit, but I'm thinking maybe over here in this taiga biome with all these spruce trees, I think could potentially be a spot that I would like to work with. So with that being said, I think that's what I'm going to do. Anything north of here, we're starting to move towards the ocean a little bit, which is something that I want to avoid. I don't want to even mess around with this. But this is actually a pretty cool area of the map, the way this ocean kind of gradually comes into play. And if we go any north of here, if we actually go any northwest of here, we're going to be starting to move back towards Danville as well as the rest of LD. And my goal is to eventually connect this ocean here to the beach of Los Angeles. That's just over this road, yeah, right here. So I'm going to get rid of all this land here and make sure that this waterbed connects to the rest of the ocean, which is going to connect to LD over here. So hopefully, in the long run, we can all make sense of this. I think I have a pretty solid idea for this right now. That's the most important thing. So anyway, let's fly back. That was kind of just I just went off track a little bit there, but we're going to go back. I'm going to go ahead and make another road branching off from here, and we are going to start this thing. So I'm thinking right here is a solid spot to branch this off. I want to make sure, again, it's not too close to the road over here. Just want to double check where it is. Okay, it's right there. So if I build that, let's say right over there somewhere, I think that's going to be the spot that I'm going to go with. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this. Moment of truth. I am going to get some blocks here. Let's do, I'm trying to remember how I did this on the other side. We're going to grab from right here. Wait, whoops, that's not what I want to do. Wrong tool in my hand. We're going to grab from right here to right here. Okay, let me make sure that I go back and get this spot right here. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Okay, hold on. Let me refresh that. I want to make sure that I get this right. Okay, so right here. And this is going to be, we're going to go ahead and copy this. We are going to rotate it 90 degrees. Hopefully it's 90. It might be 270. We're going to find out. Okay, so we have it copied and rotated. So I'm going to come over here and paste it. Please work first time. That would be awesome. I'm never lucky. Never lucky. All right, hold on. Undo. I guess it goes, I got to figure out if it's clockwise or counterclockwise in this game, because I still don't know. Okay, there we go. Actually, we should move this over a little bit. That's a little bit too close to the mountain there. Let's undo that again. And we will paste this again. There we go. That's way better. Okay. So that's going to be their intersection spot right there. And that's good. That's good. Real good. And then this road is going to continue to stack out. This road might not even be this wide eventually. I might reduce the width of it, but right now I'm not worried about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this block right here and this block right here, and let's go ahead and stack this out 5. So we'll have that run through. And let me just quickly give you guys an idea of what I was doing while I cut the video. So I used the wooden pickaxe to get rid of the trees, right? And then I come in with the diamond pickaxe and clear out the bulk, which is all the land. So this is a good little combo here to get this done quickly. So Let's go ahead and just punch this open here to the point where it's flat. And then this right here is where I want to start. So I think right around this space, I think we've finally found it where I want to start this mansion. Right around this space here. And of course, all this here I can start to flatten out. So this is going to be just close enough to where the backyard is going to start to come pretty close to the ocean, which is perfect. It's exactly what I want. So let's go ahead and just do a little bit of this right now. Obviously, we're pretty far into this episode. This was a very important episode, though. You guys have no idea. You might have just been like, Dan, you just built roads for 20 minutes. This is boring. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is like crucial for the future of the world. And I can't even emphasize that enough. So while I'm working on this mansion for a little bit, guys, I'm going to answer today's question of the day now that we have all this grittiness out of the way. So today's question of the day is coming from Gingy. He's got a very simple question. How does someone go about improving their building skills? Very simple question with not a very simple answer. First off, you're in the right spot. I mean, I'm not the best builder in the world, but you know, if you're trying to improve your building skills, watching building videos is definitely a way to do it because you'll pick up on tendencies on how things work, you know, how to place blocks, you know, in a way that's, you know, relatively standard, I would say. But I would say the best way to get better is practice, right? And that's really the answer to get better at anything on Earth. Anything that you could ever think of, you can get better at it with experience and practice. So that's no different from Minecraft building, right? So here's what I would do. Start off with building something you like. Very important that you build something that you enjoy building. So for example, me, I love building houses. There are other people out there that love building airports or trains or, you know, utility stuff like that. That's really not my cup of tea, but I do it for the city. But my big thing is houses. I love building houses. So this is the mansion project is what I'm excited for. So find something that you really enjoy building. Build one of those things, you know, whether it be a house or an airport, whatever it is. Build one of them, and, you know, it's going to turn out how it turns out. Whether it's really good, you're proud of it, or you think it needs improvement. And then build another one. And once you build the second one, you're going to improve from the first time. And it's just going to you're going to improve and improve. And you're just going to keep getting better with more repetitions, right? And it's a pretty generic answer, but it's true. It's 100% true. So that's what I would do. That is exactly what I would do if I was trying to improve my building skills. Just keep on building. Keep on building, and make sure that you find something that you like building too. And if you know, want to try to improve your building skills in terms of lashing out to other things besides just, you know, doing houses or whatever, you want to expand your horizons, well, then you got to try other things and see what sticks. All right. So thank you for the question, by the way, Gingy. You guys can leave your question of the days in the comment section below. All right, moment of truth. I'm going to build this mansion in this space right here. This is where it's going to be. This is a relatively flat space. It's going to be just in front of this mountain range. Is probably going to be where the backyard's going to end up being. So that's fine. And then it's going to be pretty much, the side yard is going to be pretty much right up against the ocean. All right, so this is the spot. And how far away are we from LD? Probably a pretty decent amount of space, but let's go ahead and get started. Let's do it. We're going to work on this for about 5 minutes and see where we get to. So let's see. I'm going to start off with some stone. And I'm probably going to end up replacing some of this stuff for the 1.12 features once I, in fact, upgrade the world to 1.12. I'm not at that point yet, again, because World Edit isn't quite polished. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to set some stone as our driveway design here. I'm going to take this out a few blocks just so we can kind of get started here. And my plan is to build a house that rivals the Alpine Mansion. Now, whether or not that, you know, ends up coming true remains to be seen at this point, but we're going to try. My main obstacle here is going to be the environment. That's for sure. Because I gotta mold this environment to what I want it to look like, which is going to be pretty tough. Okay, so this is going to be the start of our driveway here. We're finally at that point. We got the driveway ready to go here. I'm going to make it relatively wide. It probably won't end up being this wide, but we're going to start with this. Get some of these trees cleared out. And then what I would like is to have the driveway curve and run back this way a little bit. So let's say we do 17 blocks right here. And I'll probably end up curving this, but we'll start off with just like a right angle. So let's do down to here, and stack 4 in that direction. There we go. So you're probably thinking, this is the biggest driveway ever. Yes, we're making this house grand. It is going to be a grand build. I got to be careful, though, because that mountain's going to start coming up on us quick once we start to really build this thing out. So that is going to be something I'm really going to have to keep my eye on. By the way, guys, I'm going to be doing this a completely original design. So I'm not going to be doing a recreation of a real-life build like I did with the Alpine Mansion. So this is going to be my own thing, similar to like the Victorian Mansion or something like that. So we're going to see kind of what we can come up with here. I'm hoping that because it's like an original design, it's going to be a little bit more unique, and hopefully we can get this going the way I want. Okay, so next thing I want to do, probably right around this space, I want to build a bigger block of stone. So let's see, we're going to take this out. My goal is to put the front door down this episode. That's my goal. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So if we do 10 plus 20 plus 17, that's 37. Okay. So that's our position 1. Take this out on 10 on the other side as well. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay. Run this down here a little bit. This is going to be our position 2. No, wait. I just set that as position 1 like a complete idiot. So, all right, let's get that set as 1. There we go. And I'm going to stack this 3, I believe. I'm going to do stack 3. Stack 3. There we go. Okay, so, for reference, entrance here, there's going to be a nice big gate, right? It's going to look pretty. You come around this corner. I'm going to curve that so that's not just like a right angle. Curve it around this corner. And then this is going to be, you know how in the Alpine Mansion, like there's that big open space right in front of the mansion of pavement? So that's going to be this right here, and that's what we have. Let me start getting rid of some of these trees. So the front door is going to be right around there, where we're about to break ground on this front door. Breaking ground on this new project. This is going to be a long one, but I'm hoping that it's going to pay off in the end and we can build a real cool mansion. Okay. Let's get rid of all this. Okay. So, next thing, oh crap, I forgot. That's going to clear the driveway as well. Okay, we can work around that. It's no big deal. So this is going to be the front door over here. Got to flatten some of this out. This is just going to be a pain in the butt for a little bit of time, but getting rid of all this land, again, like I said, that's going to be our biggest obstacle on this build. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to start. And what I might do actually is elevate the driveway as it comes around the corner. So the driveway is higher up than the road. It's not on the same level. Something I could potentially do to kind of match the environment a little bit. But anyway, let me zone this back off here since we kind of broke this by accident with the tool. Maybe the tool isn't all powerful. Okay, we'll fix that up there. I could probably just use something other than stone right now, which would help, and then I can switch it out later. All right, here we go. Let's get rid of more of this land. Just gonna try to flatten this off just a little bit. And then all these trees. I'll probably end up just making the tool like everything, both trees and land. That way it's a little bit easier here. We can have it all in one. I just made it 2 tools for this video for some reason. Okay, so the middle of this is a, how wide is this? I believe it is, hold on. Let's break that open there. Get this block and that block. Let's do a set 1. See how wide this is here. This is going to be 44 blocks. Okay. I'm curious to see how wide it is on the Alpine Mansion. It's very interesting. So 44 blocks. I'm going to make this 45 just so it's an odd number since, you guys know me. I love me some odd numbers in Minecraft. So we're going to make that 45. There we go. So now the middle of that, if we do that divided by 2, is 22 blocks on each side. So let's find that middle ground here. So let's see. 21, 22. Okay. So right here, this block, that is the middle ground. So if we take this out, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on each side. Let's do 9 blocks across there. And we'll go with there, and we'll stack this 1. There we go. Okay. we're about to open up to the front door of this house, which I'm hoping is going to be right about here. We finally found it. X marks the spot. You know, this is one of those episodes where I really had to just hope that it worked out, because I really didn't know where I was going to build this at the start of the episode. So here it is. As far as block choice is concerned, that's something I haven't really put a lot of thought into at this point, just because I've been totally focused on trying to make sure that the house is in the right spot. So I would like to build it out of... I might honestly ask Joe to like make a custom block for this house, because I want it to be... I don't want it to be too similar to the Alpine Mansion, the fact that it's like cobblestone and stone, but I do want it to be a stone mansion. So maybe I might have him like potentially retexture the gravel so it's like a little bit of a better looking block and it looks more stone like, or maybe just like one of the concrete blocks, or one of the brown hardened clays, or like, you know, one of the clays, the terracottas, we can change into the right texture. So the texture that we use today might not even be the texture that I use when I'm finished with the build, but this right here is going to be the start. So this is going to be a build I'm going to be doing a majority of the work on off camera, because that's just, you know, how I'm telling you guys, I work way better off camera than I do on camera. It's just a lot, I mean, obviously it's a lot easier for me to focus when I don't have to worry about talking, you know. So since I want this build to turn out really good, there's a lot of it's going to be off camera work, so just keep that in mind. All right, so we got the front door there. And I want it to be some sort of little awning here, but this is not going to be the block I'm going to use. I just wanted to kind of set some boundaries right now. And then I'm probably going to have a wall come in 3 blocks here, 3 blocks here, and the front door is going to be probably right there. And we'll place a door down just for the humor of it, but this is all I'm gonna leave you guys with this for today. So right there is the front door of the new mansion. There it is, guys. It's done. New mansion up for download right now. Nah, I'm just joking, but we're gonna refine this. We're gonna use this space again. This is a pretty decent space here. Obviously, this water is gonna get covered up by the house, and I might have to get rid of a little bit of this mountain range, but I'm hoping that the house is gonna start to curve this way more than that way, and this is gonna be like the perfect spot for it. So let me fly back to the city here. We got a lot done today. Like, I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm telling you, mapping out all these roads is something you cannot underestimate in terms of how long it takes. But so all the roads look the same right now, but they're eventually going to be marked differently. We got the driveway. This is going to be basically like the gated community drive. So there's going to be a gate here at the entrance. This is a county road that's going to connect back to the city roads. And it's important for me that I don't want the road of this mansion to be like right next to the city, you know what I mean? So that's why it's pretty far off of the build. And I'm going to have to update the map to see how far it is away exactly, because I don't really plan on building any further past the ocean on the eastern side of the world. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. This is going to be a little bit of a long one, but we got a lot done, and I'm really happy with the progress. So I'm going to start grinding away at this mansion, and hopefully I can build something worthwhile. So anyway, guys, it's been Dan Lax. Hope you guys did enjoy the episode, and if you did, drop a like. That would be fantastic. I'll see you guys later on episode 51. Leave a question of the day before you head out, guys. And I will see you in a few days for the next episode. Peace out.